Hi everyone. How are you doing today? I'm going live today with Erica Sullivan. She is the CEO of Love Somebody. I'm wearing one of her hats, and I'm also wearing the black opal UPF long sleeve shirt. The shirt is fairly recent to my collection of UPF clothing, but I probably love it the very most as far as having sorry, I'm having a tough day today. My mind's a little all over the place. But before I get into all of her amazing clothing and what she's done, before I ramble on without her. So hopefully we can get a connection and get started. I can't remember. I think I talked to Erica last year and maybe the year before that. Her and I. Oh, there she is.
Hello.
I thought I'd represent you as much as I could in this live today.
I love it. I see the hat. I see the black opal. My day is totally made. I love it.
Yep, I figured it would be the best for today. And the hat is so comfortable. I have to battle it with my husband. He's been
Oh no.
known to wear it. So
Oh,
him and
that's
I just are
funny.
like constantly going, give me the hat, give me the hat. So
That's so funny. That makes me so happy to hear. Yeah, that's the good thing about having products that are finally unisex is I have heard that said
yeah,
like more times than just yours. Yeah.
yeah, it's super fun. So you and I have chatted a couple times, especially in the month of May,
Yeah.
and we stay connected throughout the year, and we're just constantly trying to work together and with the community and so many amazing people that we both know really well.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people I know are ambassadors for your company, and I've connected with several of them in person, and I just feel like this, as far as what you have and what you're growing every year and creating, it's just really cool to see the amount of people that are joining, and I think you're doing an incredible job with
Oh,
the company you've started.
I appreciate that. And yeah, our
Yeah.
ambassadors, it's kind of crazy. I have to every year kind of and every month check myself and remind myself how far we've come because I feel like when I started L.U.V, I had all these goals and all these plans and I still am like not even close to like where I fully want the company to be, but taking a step back and reminding myself like, man, I mean, how much has happened since I reached out to you 2 years ago? So
I know.
much.
It really is. And I remember just searching UPF clothing, and I just found this amazing, cute little post. And I was like, what is this? I gotta know, I gotta know. And I don't do well waiting. I'm very bad about I'm a little impatient. So I remember just like messaging you all the time and just saying, what's going on? I don't know what's going on here, but I'm really excited. Um, and when you launched your ambassador shirts, even then I was just like, oh my God, I gotta have one, gotta have one. Um, so what you're doing is just such beautiful, like attractive clothing, and people really are gravitating to the simplicity. And I think and once they get it, for me, like I'm just so comfortable all the time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was huge for us is, when I started, I mean, I'm not going to dive too much in for people who don't really fully know my story, but when I was 21, I tried to find something on the market to keep me sun safe and everything on the
Mhm.
market. Like, I am a firm believer that you should use any kind of sun protection that works best for you. And for
Yeah.
me, I was still in college. I was 21 years old and everything on the market I was like, this is not cute. I was like, I'm a college student, I still want to feel like I am a college student. And
Hmm.
that's kind of why we set out to create something that was so versatile and so comfortable that you can wear at any stage of your life, anywhere you're going. I know I wear the dock
Hmm.
dresses just as easily to the beach as I wear it to the grocery store. And
Oh
just
yeah.
having that versatility was huge for me. And I didn't want bright, loud patterns. I'm not really a bright loud pattern kind of person. So
Hmm.
really trying to find the market for that. And once we started creating it and started hearing other people were interested as well, the simplicity, the not in your face, not really even
Hmm.
calling out sometimes that you're wearing some protective clothing. I feel like sometimes people don't even know.
Oh yeah. I mean, even just this shirt is, it's like the perfect length. It doesn't have the arm things, which I don't always need that
Mm-hmm.
because living in a very extremely hot state of Arizona, like even being black, people would say, why would you get black? You know, but I feel that it's so reflective and lightweight that it doesn't, I don't
Yeah.
walk out and sweat to death. You know, the clothing is just so comfy and lightweight and I could sleep in it, you know.
Yeah, exactly. One of my best friends purchased a shirt because she's going to a bachelorette party in Las Vegas. And she's like, it's hot, but I will get burnt to a crisp. And I'm like, please don't do that. I have preached
Yeah.
at you enough to know. And she's like, no, 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 I know. But is the
Yeah.
black too heavy? And I was like, absolutely not. That is what I wear all the time. And it was designed that no matter what color you wear, it's not going to, like, normally if you wear a black t-shirt outside in the summer, how black works with the sun is it absorbs, so it gets hotter.
Hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
our UPF garments aren't going to do that. So it actually stays cool and works with your body the entire time. And I've also found, not to get like too in the weeds about it, but if you do wear it and you do sweat, you can hang it up and actually turn it inside out. And the zinc nanoparticles in it will help, not keep that odor. So basically it
Oh,
works as, yeah. So,
wow.
they basically work as an antimicrobial to keep it from, smelling and everything. So we found
That's
that. I
really
mean,
good.
I work out in them and
Hmm.
I do not smell like a daisy after. So I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no kidding. So, my the people I'm chatting with this month, I'm really trying to focus on companies and people who have been affected by skin cancer and have taken their stories and created something from it. So that's kind of my focus this month, and I have spoken with some incredible people, um, and I really just kind of want to focus for you on how you took what the skin cancer portion of your life, and in
Mhm.
turn decided, you know what, I want to create this company, and where you kind of see the future for L.U.V. I mean, I know you just launched a men's version, which
We
is
did.
incredible.
We did.
So if you could kind of just touch on like the story and how you transitioned to be L.U.V today.
Yeah, yeah, and it's such an interesting story, and it feels like a little crazy that it's almost our 2-year mark because when I started LUV, I'll dive into a little bit of backstory before I get into that. So, my junior year of college in the spring semester, my mom was diagnosed with melanoma. It was stage 1B. Thankfully, it did not spread to her lymph nodes. She was extremely lucky to have caught it at the stage that she did, but it was also a couple different spots on her body. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't something we ever really talked about. We didn't really know that much about it. Skin cancer was not really something that was a normal, thing that we didn't really go to the dermatologist to get skin checks. We went to the
Yeah.
doctor routinely for, your standard health checkups. We went to the dentist and everything, but we just never
Mm.
knew sun safety and health was something that you had to do in your early life. And it
Yeah.
sounds crazy to say that, but it was just misinformation. We had
Mm-hmm.
absolutely no idea. um, and my mom found a spot on her back that it was just kind of painful. It wasn't really it didn't look great. It continued to grow. It was paining her, and she had my dad look at it, and he's like, oh yeah, you need to go get that checked out. And immediately they knew what it was. It was pretty sequential after that, making sure that she got into the rotation of every 3 months, getting a check, and making sure that she was taking care of her son health. So it very instantly went from something our family didn't talk about to something we all knew every single thing about.
Yeah.
Um, and at the same time, I was actually working. So I had a college job where I was running the social media channels and doing all of the content for a dermatologist that was actually in my college town. And
Mm-hmm.
it was May. So I was doing a post and doing a whole feature on skin cancer and melanoma awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And I started reading through, the ABCDEs of skin cancer and doing all of this research. And I was like, huh, I know a little bit about my mom's case. And reading through this, I feel like I have some spots on my body that fill this criteria. Like I
Oh, okay.
had I had a mole specifically right here on my chest that I had had my entire life, but the borders were wonky. It kind of almost looked like a splotch, There was no defined
Mm-hmm.
borders. Um, and I was like, huh, this is super interesting. This doesn't look great. So just made an appointment with a dermatologist. Didn't really think anything about it because I was like, I'm 21. Like, I'm
Yeah.
21. This is not something I
Right.
have to worry about. It's just for peace of mind, honestly, to make my mom feel better. It's for peace
Yeah.
of mind for her. And I went to that appointment and, had plans directly after, didn't think anything of it. And they came back and said, oh, we're going to have to remove the spot on your chest.
Mm.
We don't know what it is, but based on your mom's case, and thank you for telling us about your mom's case because
Yeah.
it allows us to understand your risks. Um, Ended up getting it removed that next week, and it came back uh, 2 weeks later, which I didn't realize at that time the kind of waiting game that occurred normally when
Mm-hmm.
they have to run additional tests to figure out exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Um, and it came back atypical, which is good. That's,
Mm-hmm.
it hadn't progressed any further. But when you're young, again, I didn't think it was anything I had to be concerned about. Had a couple more spots removed, all came back atypical. So,
Mm-hmm.
long story short, going into my senior year of college, felt so confused, felt like there was no one who could relate to it. And I'm very
Yeah.
much a person who I want to talk about it. I want to connect with other people. I want to hear their stories. That's just my personality, which is what led
Mm-hmm.
into why we have ambassadors now, because that's just my
Yeah.
passion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and found so many friends who had skin cancer, and we just never talked about it. Like
Yeah.
really, really close friends. And we
Wow.
just never talked about it. They just, got it removed young enough. We're very fortunate and could
Yeah.
just move on.
Mm.
Um, but again, I took a whole new lens to sun safety and my skin health and started looking for clothes. I was like, I'm going on vacation with my family. I want to have a good time. I want to look cute, and
Mm-hmm.
nothing on the market. It was either too expensive or it wasn't attractive. And I really just started LUV selfishly for my own benefit.
Yeah.
um, and kind of, grew a community from there for women who are looking for the exact same thing. Um, and, we've done quite a few launches now, testing out the market, with the most recent that you mentioned, testing out that men's market,
Mm-hmm.
which we're super excited about because we want to be a company that protects your entire family. We don't want it to be,
Yeah.
just one person. We want to be a full family solution to help you be proactive versus reactive with your skin health.
I think that's so important, um, that people really need to express, I want to touch back on something. When you were at the dermatologist and talking about family history, um, dermatologists are most likely going to be a little more proactive with people's skin if they have a family history of skin cancer. And I think it's super important that we um, vocalize and we're open and, connecting with the doctors and the people around us, because skin cancer is so common and people don't really talk about it enough to, I think, really like get the knowledge and gain from other people and stories. And I think that's a lot of what we're all trying to do now is,
Mm-hmm.
create this big community of people just wanting to save other people. It's just kind of is what it's kind of feels like it's turned into, these amazing hero
Mm-hmm.
people sharing stories and creating companies like this based off of your mom who just didn't realize she was even in danger. It's
Yeah.
incredible to think of like how people go and transform and just become these hero type people. And that's
Yeah.
kind of what I consider so many of people like yourself that are trying. I mean, if you think about it, you're just trying to save other people's lives. It's
100%.
incredible thought.
Yeah. And it's crazy too because I said when I started LUV and when we pitched, so we pitched in a entrepreneurship challenge, which is initially how we got our funding and able to start. And
Mhm.
my whole pitch was if we can change one life, this will all be worth it. One life, one person who
Exactly.
says, I'm going to take my skin health more seriously because that
Mhm.
causes a chain reaction. And then they
Oh,
tell
most
other
definitely.
people.
Most definitely. And I think just being, just having the connection that you have with skin cancer, and thank goodness your mom was able to catch this early. I feel like the people who are these stage zero, stage one, are some of the most important stories in skin
Yeah.
cancer. And I really like try to tell people, like, they're like, oh, well, my story's not as important because I didn't have treatment or radiation or surgery and what have you. And I'm just like, absolutely not. You are some of the most important people in
Yes.
this skin cancer community because you are telling people how important it is to catch it early. And I really try to push that onto anyone who I meet that is in these early stages.
Mm-hmm.
I truly feel that they are more important. I wouldn't say more
Yeah.
important, but real valuable
Right.
in this community. So, I mean, just in turn, look at what you guys have done. You're
Yeah.
stage one, and here you are with a company who's growing, who, you're working with the melanoma company. I think is it Cure
Yeah.
Melanoma or Melanoma? Which one?
It's
I
the
always
Melanoma Research Foundation,
right.
and they are, I mean, they're incredible. They're based right here in DC as well, which is where LUV is based. And
Hmm.
their company is just, they're just doing incredible things for
They
skin
are.
cancer research,
Hmm.
and just education. So, yeah, we're coming up on our, officially May was our 1 year of starting our partnership with them. So we're kind of launching into that second year and trying to
Oh,
formulate, what can this look like? How can we take a monetary educational partnership and how can we expand it to like the next level? What can we do more? So that's kind of where we are with our partnership with them right now. And it's so rewarding to work
hmm.
with a company because, from my perspective, I'm not a dermatologist.
Right.
I know my experience, but I never want to be in a position where I'm spreading false information and I understand
I
my
understand.
limitations.
Hmm.
So working with an organization that is at the forefront of research that I can, get educational research from, that I can reach out to with questions so that I don't, lead our community astray has been so impactful and beneficial.
That's so incredible to think of, just where you started and where you are today, and the fact that you are working with them and gaining the most important knowledge for people.
Yes.
I mean, it's such a key, important part of just being an advocate for sun safety and skin cancer awareness. And I know this month we are just working tirelessly to educate people and give them as much information as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this partnership that you guys have, can you just kind of touch a little bit on like what that means for your company and what you're doing? Is it like a giving back for them? Do they get a portion, or how does that work
Mm-hmm.
exactly?
Yeah, so it is a little bit of mix of the both. So, I mean, if you're in this community, you kind of see that around the summer months, a lot of people jump towards sun safety. And I wish it was something
Mhm.
that happened year round, but the reality of the situation right now is that these summer months are really when people are active. So
Mhm.
during May through August, we give 5% of our sales back to the Melanoma Research Foundation.
See, that's
So
incredible.
they're fantastic. We're so happy to do it. And
Mhm.
in the months where it's a little bit slower for us, so kind of like that off peak, which is sad. I really want to change that because we
Yeah,
should
the
be
off
doing it.
season, as you would.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness, it should be year
I
round,
agree.
but we'll take it one day at a time, one
Mhm.
message at a, we'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
But during those kind of like off peak times, we do educational partnerships. So we did a pop up shop. I
Mhm.
graduated from Virginia Tech and we did a pop up shop back at my university in
Oh, that's
April.
so good.
And we had educational resources at the pop up that everyone who made an order got 3 flyers from the Melanoma Research Foundation, and we were handing them out and things like that as well. So, really any opportunity that we can spread awareness, product information. Let's go hand in
Yeah.
hand and help each other out.
Yeah. See, that's great. And I think your company is just going to excel every year and get better and better and better. And um, I do know you also did a pop-up shop, but didn't you do, was that the one at the coffee shop or is that a different,
Yeah,
was
that
that
was the
that
one at the
one?
coffee shop. Yeah, which
Okay.
I gotta tell you, it was amazing being back on a college campus and
Yeah.
seeing how many young women said, "Oh, I've heard about this sun protective clothing," or "I have a family member. I really want to take my skin health more seriously." And my heart, I was like, "Don't come on too strong, Erica. Be normal, be normal." But my heart was like exploding because at the end of
So
the day, that's
cute.
what we want to do. You're 20 years old,
Mhm.
you're going on spring break, throw on a sun shirt. Like, please, 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 please.
Yeah, no kidding. So with the launch of the new men's, it's a quarter zip, is that correct?
It is a quarter
And
zip.
yeah, why don't you touch a little bit on that for any of the gentlemen watching? Just kind of tell us what the UPF protection is and maybe the price point on that. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, so our men's quarter zip, we have been working on production for about a year now. So we started in June of last year, trying to figure out if we brought a men's product to the market to test it, what would it be? And we
Hmm.
kind of played around with the idea of polos with the long sleeves like we had. And what we kept coming back to was quarter zips because for men, it's just easy to throw on. You can throw it on golfing, you can throw it on a boat, you can just wear it
Yeah.
around the house. It's so easy and simplistic. So we ended up doing that in a gray and a navy color. And the idea for doing it this time of year was Father's Day. I mean, we just want to make it so that it's like a fun item. You can give it as a gift, but it's also protecting your family. So they launched for 78, but we're actually selling them at a discounted price for 68 right now. Just to, try and get this product in the hands of
Hmm.
families and get a little bit of education into their hands as well. So they're 68 through the weekend. And then there's also free shipping on them as well. Like I said, we just want to be able to protect your entire family. And we do think, I think they make such an easy Father's Day gift. You don't have to think about it. You order it in May and then you don't even have to think about it.
Yeah, for sure. Um, my husband is really crazy about sun safety, and we're always like encouraging our oldest daughter, especially, who's 19 and just loves to be outside. So we're really trying to encourage her, but having my husband get an opportunity to wear something that I trust. I mean, obviously, there's a ton of companies, a ton out there that are doing great things and truly putting out amazing clothing. But given our relationship and just how much I love LUV, I'm just so excited to get an opportunity for my husband to wear that. So when I saw that, I was like screamed in my living room. I'm like, oh my God! I was freaking out. So I was so
I love it.
excited. Yeah, so excited. And I think a lot of the gentlemen, that follow your company or follow my
Yeah.
account will really get an opportunity for an amazing sun shirt. So I think it'll do great things. I do.
Yeah, I'm glad. And I have to mention that the fact that it really came to fruition was that my husband, my dad, his grandfather, my uncle, every family member was like, okay, men's, like, come on, hurry up now. What are you wasting time on? I'm like, oh my goodness, I am working on
Yeah.
it. So you really have them to thank was they were our core, testers of the product. I got them in and I made Matthew wear it around the apartment and tell me what he liked, what he didn't like, features of it. I was like, okay, we're planning to sell for this price. Does it feel like that price? Because if it doesn't, then we need to go back to the drawing board and ensure that everyone feels how quality the garments are and that they feel protected wearing it. At the end of the day, I don't want to put out a product that is meant to protect your skin, but you don't fully feel protected. So, the zipper comes
Yeah.
all the way up and protects your neck. So you really have the opportunity to decide, you know what, hey, I'm golfing and the sun has been on my neck all day. Let's put that collar back up a little bit higher.
Really smart touch to that. I think that's incredible. So when the launch of this men's shirt, do you plan, is this like because I think it was limited, did you say limited edition? Are you plan on keeping this around? Or are you just testing to see? Or do you not want to say in particularly, which I totally understand.
Yeah. Well, the inside scoop is it's a test. So it's a one-off manufacturing test to see if we can bring this to fruition. And if the numbers show what we need to in order to, then we're going to continue doing men's. So
Okay.
right now it's a test. So if you guys want to continue seeing men's clothing around, please help us out. But yeah, right now it's a test. And then if all goes well, then the plan is to continue launching products starting in the spring of next year for men's as well.
Oh, that's so good. As far as your as LUV's future and where you just plan on going, do you have like a bunch of goals, or are you just like focusing on one thing at a time, or how do you manage this company as a CEO and just like your everyday life? Like how do you manage it all?
I ask myself that a lot as well. Something that a lot of people don't know is my business partner and I, so it's two of us running L.U.V right now, and we both actually work full-time jobs as well to be able to run L.U.V and give that 5% back to the Melanoma Research Foundation. So when I'm thinking about goals, every single month, every single year has goal association, because that's the
Mm-hmm.
only way that we can make sure that we're continuing to progress. And I know men's was a huge one for this year. And then international shipping is another huge one for this year. So we get messages all the time from women in Canada and in the UK who are interested in purchasing it. And I just have to tell them that we're not there yet. And what
Yeah.
we've seen is, I mean, this community is amazing. What ends up happening is someone will buy it in the US and literally
Mhm.
ship it to their friend in Canada or in the UK, which as a small business owner, I mean, there is nothing more impactful than that they want your product
No.
so badly. Um, so we're using that as kind of a justification for trying to get international shipping
Mhm.
this year, and allowing people who are in Canada or in the UK who are looking for the solution to be able to purchase it.
That's so good. I think the more people, the better, right? I mean, if we could
100%.
get 1,000 people this year and 10,000 next year, I mean, that's
Yes.
literally all we can do is just hope that people
Right.
are hearing what we have to say and, taking the time to really educate themselves. And sun safety is a huge part of, skin cancer awareness. And I think
Mhm.
connecting the two together, the way this community does, is really incredible. I
Yeah.
feel like um, sun safety really is a choice that you have to choose every day,
Right.
and make those adjustments within your everyday um, habits. You're getting ready
Mhm.
for the day, you better put that sunscreen on underneath that makeup. The
Right.
makeup and the sunscreen isn't going to cover it. So it's just little changes that turn
Mhm.
into habits that are just normal.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah,
really
absolutely. And
cool.
it's about finding products too that you like. You have to make it fun. You have to go to
Yeah.
Target and say, I'm going to find 3 SPF products and I'm going to try them out for a week and I'm going to see which one I like. Make it a game, make it fun. And also, there's so many options on the market that, if you try one formula and it's too greasy, we'll try something else. But there
Yeah.
truly are, I mean, I obviously want you to choose L.U.V, but I just want you to choose some product. At the end of the day, if it isn't ours, please just choose something to protect your skin.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
that's all I ask. And obviously, I want it to be us, but I will just be happy if you are sun safe. That brings
Mhm.
me peace in mind at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. And I think so many people just want that. And having now, I think it's like, when did I start this? I think it was like 2019. I started doing this awareness and becoming an advocate. And I've just, every year this May rolls around, I'm just like, it's kind of like a point of just like, whoa, here we are. I'm
Right.
doing this again. And every May I try to focus on um, different, I guess, different people, different things, trying to just broaden this whole awareness
Yeah.
for people. And I just love that we get to connect. I mean, we do speak throughout the year, but giving this being like, it's kind of become like a thing for us, a
Yeah.
tradition that we get to talk every May and just,
Yeah.
retouch on what you're doing and how we work together throughout the year to spread awareness. It's just really fun. It's been really fun to just, every time you say coming soon, I'm just like, tell me what it is. I'm always so like anxious to know.
Yeah.
But you do a really good job keeping secrets. It's kind of like,
Oh my
I'm just like,
gosh.
come on, Erica, tell me what's going on.
It's normally because I am awaiting the shipment myself and freaking out over
Hmm.
timelines and trying to figure out how to get everything to happen. But yeah, you're totally right. I feel like May is kind of our like reconnect point, you know?
Hmm.
It really gives
Hmm.
me time to sit down and say, okay, it's been a year now. What have we done? What have we accomplished? Is it everything we
Yeah.
want? Have we fallen short? And it's kind of a really cool like readjustment period for us.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you launched the boardwalk dress like not even a minute ago, it feels like.
Oh my
And here
gosh.
you are with a men's shirt. It's incredible.
I know. I know. I think the same thing. I had to remind myself because my 1 year, how your phone will pull up photos from the previous year, it was us
Hmm.
shooting that campaign. And I was like, that
Hmm.
can't be right. I just blinked and this happened. What is going
Hmm.
on? But yeah, time flies.
It really does. I think you've done a great job, and I'm just really happy to be able to work with you as an ambassador and, um, just being able to give people that 15% off to be able to just say, like, here, take it, use it, like, use this code and buy this clothing and protect yourself or your daughter or your husband and
Yeah.
um, sister, whoever it is that you want to buy for.
Mhm.
Um, so the clothing just speaks for itself, I feel like.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we really try and make it, with how costs are right now, we try and make it as inexpensive as possible. And I
Hmm.
think it's super interesting is I definitely don't want to bash other brands, but I know sometimes when you find items that seem too good to be true, they
Hmm.
probably are.
Hmm.
If they're kind of if they say sun protection but then aren't really giving you the UPF rating, or if you don't really get a full idea of what the garment will provide for you, it probably is going to fall short of that expectation. I've seen a lot of items on the market that they don't hold the UPF rating when you wash them, but they also
Hmm.
don't really give you adequate care instructions. Um, and that kind of always concerns me as well, is like make sure that this is not something that you find the cheapest alternative for.
Hmm.
Find the item that is giving you the UPF rating, they're giving you the Skin Cancer Foundation seal of recommendation, they're giving you adequate care instructions, and it's not falling short of those expectations. For our garments, the UPF rating will not wash out with wear. And that was huge for us, is at the end of the day, why on earth would I ever allow you to buy a product that you wash and then it doesn't protect you anymore? That is not what
Yeah.
I'm here for. I'm here to protect you.
So that's a really interesting point. So how do you know if you're buying a UPF shirt that is not going to wash out? Like, I honestly didn't really think to talk about that. So can you tell me about that? Because that's super interesting.
Yeah, so a lot of things that you want to look for is if it's been tested. So the Skin Cancer Foundation runs a test on all their garments that kind of it gives it that seal of recommendation for starters, but it
Okay.
also puts it through rigorous testing to see, okay, if it's washed on this cycle with this kind of detergent and this is happening, and how long will it actually hold up? So at the
Yeah.
end of the day, that's really what you want to look for. And there's just so many options out there for how to get a UPF rating on your garment. There's ones
Hmm.
that there's a product in a company, I think it's called SunGuard, that you put it in the wash with your clothes and it puts a protective seal on it. Well,
Okay.
stuff like that is amazing, but it's not always embedded in the textile. So
Hmm.
ours is embedded in the textile. So when you wash it, super nerdy thing about textile, because that's my fashion, is my background in design.
Hmm.
But when you wash a garment, those textile fibers expand. And when they shrink back down after they expand, they tighten back up and offer that protection over and over and over again. So you're looking for a tight weave that also has, ours has a zinc oxide nanoparticle, which not great.
Nice.
I listened to your with Sun. Oh goodness, what were they called? Love
Love
Somebody.
somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where he talked about zinc oxide nanoparticles
Hmm.
and how it's not good for sunscreen, but it's amazing for clothing because it
Oh,
does
okay.
exactly what you want for clothing, because it binds to the fibers and it is embedded actually in the fiber before it is even created into a textile.
That's so interesting. There's so much that goes into UPF clothing. I think people don't don't really grasp that idea, and it's just like kind of like feels like a science,
Yeah.
to really make sure you're getting that protection. And I just can't imagine that, like getting a shirt and then testing it and then retesting it and getting
Mhm.
it out on the market. I mean, kudos to you with everything, honestly. Just
Yeah.
so incredibly proud to be a part of it.
We're so thankful to have you guys. And I mean, this community has just gone leaps and bounds above my expectations. I tell, friends and family all the time, I was like, if I could have imagined what setting out on this venture would have looked like, so if I pictured in my head, I would think back and it would have fallen so short of every single expectation of what it's actually
Mhm.
become, because this community is growing. And with, our ambassadors, is what we've seen is so much passion and
Mhm.
dedication to talking to others. I mean, I have conversations all the time with incredible ambassadors who are like, "Yes, I'm going to my daughter's school and I'm going to hand out flyers and I'm going to do a whole unit on sun safety and skin education because they're not teaching it at her school." That's incredible. I mean,
Yeah,
that's so powerful, and that's
yeah,
exactly what the community brings to the table.
yeah. I have so many like goals in my head and just like what I would love to do versus what I can do right now.
Yeah.
And the education for sun safety at elementary schools, I feel like
Yeah.
should be a given. It doesn't need to be long. It could be in the science class or,
Yeah.
whatever, but it's so,
Hmm.
so, so, so important. And even just living in Arizona, they do cover the playgrounds because obviously it's super hot for these kids. But,
Yeah.
so luckily they have that protection. But I would, I'm still working on it, but I would love to get those sunscreens at those schools and
Yeah.
um, just it doesn't need to be a huge ordeal, but just being able to have that for these
Yeah.
young kids and starting it early. I
Yes.
wish my dad knew. I mean, obviously, growing up in the 80s, he had no idea what skin
Yeah.
cancer would turn into today.
Right.
And I think if he knew, he could rewind his entire life
Hmm.
um, when it comes to kids and just everything. I don't know. I just hope that this community and this future of sun safety just blows up one day and
Yeah.
is just going, having having it be on the televisions. I mean, just everywhere you look, I just want it to be everywhere.
Yeah.
I really do. And
Yeah.
I think people like yourself and these other advocates working tirelessly, I mean, it really is fun to watch and be a part of.
Yeah, I'm glad. And I will say, I mean, we have come leaps and bounds. The amount
Oh,
of
yeah.
news stories and everything that I've seen this year in particular, I keep telling, my business partner, Snigda, who works with me at L.U.V, I keep telling her this is about to explode. It is truly about to explode. And I don't think that is an optimist perspective. I truly think people are starting to listen and
Yeah.
understand. And I think it is taking a whole new form, which, of course, from a business sense, we're like, okay, go, 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 go. We got to produce, we got to make sure our name is on the top of UPF clothing. But I do think
Hmm.
in the next 2 years, it's going to be huge, which is
I hope
amazing. I mean,
so.
it's getting warmer, the sun is getting stronger and stronger, and people are finally starting to understand that, guess what? If you wear sunscreen now, you actually are helping yourself. Like,
Yeah.
it isn't just a maybe this will help me, it is a definite this will help you.
100%. Like, we cannot
Hmm.
deny the fact of what UPF clothing and sun safety and sunscreen and all the stuff that goes into it. You can't deny it. It's
Hmm.
there. It's in front of people. It's just a matter of changing their habits and adding it into their daily lives. And it's so easy to do. It's like the easiest thing to change
Yes.
in your household. So,
Yeah.
um, as far as LUV, can you just like tell us where like what socials you have out there? Um, I know someone asked where they could get this hat, and they do obviously at their website.
Yeah.
Um, and I do obviously there's so many ambassadors offering the discount with your
Hmm.
company, but if you could just kind of let people know where to find some of these things, that'd be great.
Yep. So for the hat and all of our products, it's lowultraviolet.com. We are on Instagram at Low Ultraviolet as well, and it's the same on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter as well. I think we try to keep it consecutive across all of those. And also another thing too, if you guys are looking for something that we're not providing, or you have feedback, or you have thoughts, or you just want to chit chat, send us a DM. It's me or my
Yeah.
business partner who are always answering it. Send us an
Mhm.
email. It's the two of us who are always answering it. And because we're such a new company, we are operating solely on customer feedback. So if you
Yeah.
are mentioning something to us that you want to see on the market, we also put out polls and tests to see if other people are interested, and that 100% gears what we bring to the market.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you do a great job of just being like, what do you want to see from us? And
Yeah.
do you like this color, that, short sleeve, long sleeve, all the things, which having the community tell you this is what we
Yeah.
want, please do it. I
Yeah.
mean, you can't deny that. You can't
Oh
deny that people
no.
just are like, please gimme, gimme, gimme.
Yes. We see it as such a blessing because there are times like, yes, I look at the trends and I monitor the trends and I look at the color codes and everything. But at the end of the day, I'm serving you guys. There is a face
Mhm.
and a name to the customer that I'm bringing a product to. I'm not just doing like throwing it out to the universe to see if it would exist. I want to know that you want to wear it and that you want it in this color. Like that to us is so impactful and so beneficial to have that feedback. And you guys are great at giving it to us. And anytime, we get that feedback, it goes onto a list and a Google Doc. And we're like, okay, when can we actually make this happen? When is this feasible? And
Mhm.
we are small, so sometimes you make a request and you might not see it for 3 years, but it's common.
Oh, that's good because I'm always like, I want this and I want that. I want this. So I
Yeah.
know I kind of overload it sometimes, but
No, it's amazing.
that is good to know that you're really listening to the people
Yeah.
who are wearing this stuff every day and need it in their lives. It's just it's either someone in their family or it's
Yeah.
themselves, or
Mhm.
friends, and just looking to help. It's all about helping others. It just in turn it just comes back to helping and saving and trying their best to just educate.
Yeah.
And I think you do all those things really well.
Oh,
Both of you, both of you working hard on this. So,
thank you.
and it all just started from your mom. It's
I
like
know.
it's really an inspiring story, and
Yeah.
that's why I really wanted to touch on companies like yourself that are just, hey, I want to make a difference, and um,
Mhm.
I do appreciate you 100%, both of you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we appreciate it as well. And it's funny, my mom was telling me last weekend, she says, I always feel kind of silly like talking about the company because like I don't want to like bring attention to myself. And I was like, oh my goodness, like you are such a perfect representative of
Mhm.
sun safety in your story. I mean, she shows her scar to some people, we had a family member who went into a tanning bed and my mom sent me a picture and said, show this to her. And darn right I did, you know? It's like
Yeah.
little things like that. Like she shouldn't feel embarrassed or anything.
Yeah. She should be so proud because look at you, her daughter just making the difference and sharing what you learned from her and
Yeah.
making it what LUV is today. So she's literally like the spokesperson of this
Yeah,
company. In turn, she's kind of like the person who started everything. So,
absolutely.
next year I think we should have both of you talk on
Oh
this.
my
I think that'd be
gosh.
so fun.
I have a whole year to convince her into doing it. Yes.
Yes, you do. You have a whole year to get her in here. I think that'd be really fun for people to really meet her and see both of you and just how you guys, what connections you have, and just how you both work together on this. That'd be really fun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I have a whole year to convince her, so I think I can do it. We'll do it together. We'll join together so that I can
Yeah,
convince.
that'd be so fun. I think it'd be a really cool idea.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you want to touch on? I know we're going to be doing a giveaway, which I
We
love that
are.
idea. Maybe if you just want to say what that is and anything else you want to touch on, that'd be really cool.
Yep. So we are giving away one of our brand new men's quarter zips. that you don't even have to think about Father's Day or a gift for your husband or a birthday gift or
Yeah,
anything.
that's so
So
exciting.
we're going to give away one of those in either navy or gray, totally up to you. It's your decision, whatever you want.
And what are the sizes on those shirts? What do they range from?
Yep. So we have small through extra large. I will say they run big, so size down. They are very roomy, which is honestly perfect for when I'm walking around the apartment or walking the dog and want to be
Hmm.
comfortable. But just be aware that they run big, so size down.
And you posted a photo. What size is he wearing?
He's wearing a medium,
Mhm.
but normally wears a large. So that's the
Okay.
perfect case in point. It's definitely size down on that. Yeah, they were made a little bit roomy, which again is not a problem, but just want to make sure people are aware.
Yeah. I'm really excited to do this giveaway because, we've done one, I think, every year now,
Awesome.
which is super fun. But the fact that we get to do a men's version it just makes me super happy. I'm like
Yeah.
super excited about it.
Yes, me too. Maybe one day we can do kids. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
That'd be
That's
so
definitely,
cool. That would really be cool. So,
which, oh my gosh, whenever I think about like a little toddler running around in like their sun hat and sunglasses and sun shirt, oh my gosh, can't
it
handle
melts
it.
your heart, right? Melts
Melts
your
my
heart.
heart.
Yeah. So that's like your future one day when you have little ones.
Oh, I know. People keep telling me that. They're like, yes, Elma. I was like, you gotta wait a couple years. Just give me a couple years. A little
You're
busy
like,
right now.
yeah, busy. I got too many goals going on for all that. So that's really great. Your
One,
future, I think, with LUV is going to be just bigger and brighter every time. I'm just super excited to be a part of it. So, again, thank you for all your hard work and
thank you. Of
listening to us because it's
course.
really good to know we have like a voice with you. People really, I think, love that. So, look at all these people saying, "Yeah, kids, give me this, love
I know.
that."
I was seeing those come through. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. I'm seeing
Yeah,
so
they're
many
cute.
familiar faces as well, which makes my day.
Yeah, me too. It's
Oh
so
my goodness.
fun. You also have, before we go, you also have a couple hats. You have a visor, and I know you have a hat that sells out like crazy.
Oh
I've
my
yet to get
goodness.
one myself, but
Oh my goodness. You guys love the Cabo Sun Hat. I mean, I'm pretty sure last year when we launched it, you guys sold it out in a week, which was crazy. And then it took
wow,
us almost a year to get a restock back in. And the
wow.
second we launched, they automatically started flying off the shelves. So the Cabo Sun Hat is the bright, colorful sun hat that also has a black and white version as well. And then
Hmm.
we have a visor because, I wear my hair up a lot. Or if you're active, a visor
Yeah,
is a great alternative as well.
yeah. So that's great. You have a lot of options for just being a brand new baby company,
Oh,
Literally
man.
a feel. What
Brand
year
new.
was that? Was it 2019 you launched? Was that the year?
2019. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we were technically founded December 2019 and launched our first product October 2022. So,
Oh, that makes sense. That's right. And you
yep. So
survived the pandemic. I mean, look at you standing tall and proud through all of that.
we had
Which,
absolutely no idea what to expect. It was like the craziest time because manufacturers were not doing well, supply chains were all broken, and I was just sitting over here like, I just want to give people some protective clothing. Oh my
I can't
gosh.
I can't imagine the stress of just surviving that as a small business owner. And I mean, I know so many people, especially in this community, were really pushing small businesses throughout
Yeah.
2020 and even
Yeah.
2021,
Yeah.
which is great. And I'm just so thankful that you guys were able to survive that. And I mean, it really does sound cheesy, but it's really like you survived the
Yeah.
one of so many businesses that weren't able to. So I'm really
Yeah.
grateful that
Us
this
as well.
community really were like, nope, you're not going anywhere. We're going to keep pushing
Yeah.
and, fighting essentially to keep you guys going. And I love that.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh, we have so many thanks to give to this community. You guys single-handedly made sure that we made it through, and we
Hmm.
definitely know that. Yes.
Yeah, that's really great. Well, I look forward to next year and just, watching everything and chit chatting throughout the year and just working together. I think everybody in this company, ambassadors and all that, we just love working with you. You do a great job. So we're very
So
appreciative of
thankful.
both of you.
Yeah,
And
we're so thankful for
then
you.
I will post the giveaway for the shirt later today. We'll
Okay.
probably run that for like a week or so and announce the winner. So can't wait for that.
Oh, I'm so excited. And I truly say that if you guys are on watching this and you need anything, DM us and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, which is so great. Um, just the quick touch as far as the shirt goes, reminders, brothers, uncles,
Hmm.
fathers, husbands,
Yep.
just reminder when you are entering for this giveaway, there's just so many people that surround you. I mean, your boss, your best friend, whoever is a great person to start sun safety in their life. So just wanted to put that out there. So
Yes. Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. I love it.
Okay, well, thank you for joining me today. I'm always great to talk to you, and we'll be in
You as
touch
well.
always.
Sounds great. Well, take care. So great chatting with you.
You too, hon. Bye.
Bye.